Here, the mom strategist. Tonight's scope is going to be fire. I just want to tell you right now, I'm Mia Redrick. I'm the mom strategist. I support clients with both life and business success. You can always check me out at miaredrick.com. Now, tonight's scope is simply, why do we play small? I'm going to keep this really quick. And I'm going to break this all the way down. Now, you're going to love this scope. If you've been trying to figure out, I know I need to be playing on a bigger stage, and you're not playing on a bigger stage, I'm going to break down for you exactly what you need to do in order to stop playing small, right? I'm Mia Redrick. I'm the mom strategist. I support clients with understanding that they are giants. Yeah, you are. And that playing small doesn't serve you at all right? And the scope is going to be for you if you've been trying to figure out for yourself, like, why in the world am I doing the things that I'm doing? Hey, Colleen, good to see you. Why am I doing the things that I'm doing? Why am I not playing on a bigger stage? Or why am I tentative about moving forward with my gifts, my talents? You know you have these things. And why are you not playing on the stage that you need to be playing on? This scope is going to be for you, all right? Now, I promise to keep this really quick. I've got 8 simple tips that I'm going to break down for you over the next couple of minutes. Now, do me a favor and please share on Twitter, on Facebook, and of course on Periscope, because we already know that other people are going to benefit directly from hearing this scope today, all right? Why we play small, that's the topic today. Why do we play small, all right? And maybe you've been trying to figure out for yourself why you're playing small, and you don't know exactly why you keep doing the things you're doing. You know you belong on a different place, a different playing field. You need different playmates, but yet and still you are in the exact same place, playing with the exact same people. I'm going to break that all the way down for you guys today, all right? Now, for those of you who are just joining me for the first time, it's nice to virtually meet you. I got started my business over 13 years ago, and I decided one day that I wanted to go to work as myself and use my talents, my skills, my background, and leverage those things into a product that I could sell. Now, I didn't know how to do that. I had no idea how to package my brilliance, my background as a corporate trainer, and my experience in motherhood into a business. And so I had to invest in myself to figure out how to do that. I went to a small business resource center, and I was told by that director of that center my ideas didn't make sense. And so I should go back to work. And then I ended up looking for someone that could help me, and I ended up working with my very first coach, life and business coach. Never thought about it before that moment, okay? And that experience literally changed my life, right? All right. And so I'm so excited because had I not had that idea, right? If I had not decided to continue to look for someone to help me, I would not have had the opportunity to do what I've been doing today for the last 13 years, and having coached hundreds of clients literally around the world, with understanding that they are product, that they too can take their ideas, their gifts, their talent, their skill, and package their know-how into a product that they can sell also, okay? So tonight's scope is going to be about why we play small. And I will tell you that one of the things that I had to fess up for myself was not to play small. I had to decide for myself that it was important for me, in order for me to show up in a way that I wanted to, it was important for me to not play small. Even though I felt at times there weren't people that could relate to the dream I had, mom coaching 13 years ago. And maybe you can relate to this. Like, maybe your dream, the things you see for yourself, there's no one else doing it. So whenever you think about it, you feel like, oh, you know what I'm saying? It's easier to do what everybody else is doing, but that's playing small. So tonight I'm going to talk about and have a conversation for those of you who are ready to break out and you're ready to play a bigger game, okay? I know exactly what that feels like. I remember talking to the women in my neighborhood who just didn't understand like what I wanted to do. I remember talking to friends, even my relatives at times, and they just didn't understand what I wanted to do with the gifts that I had and what I saw. And I will tell you, that if you go for the things that you see in your mind's eye, later on, those people who don't believe your dreams, right, they will come along because you've paved the way. You've been the person to be able to make it happen. And now, as a result of you doing that, they now can see the thing that they couldn't see. And I do believe that, dreams We all have them, but not everyone is capable of being able to handle a dream. It takes self-esteem, right? It takes belief in yourself. It takes belief in God. And you know what I mean? And it takes grit in order for you to manifest the dream that you want. It takes persistency. It takes consistency. So there are a lot of us out here who really do. We don't believe in dreams. We don't believe or have faith that the things you see in your mind eye can happen because we haven't yet built the muscle for that. And I'm going to talk a lot about that on the scope tonight. And I will tell you that as a result of building this business, I've been able to work 31 hours a month from the comfort of my home, doing what I absolutely love to do, servicing my clients. And I can't think of anything else I would want to do. Creatively, I love what I get to do and how I get to serve people with my gifts. And I built a business that is time rich. And if you're tired of trading time for dollars, then you're going to love my scope. So make sure you hit that little guy here on Periscope so that you're getting notifications when I'm on. Make sure you're hitting that the little guy here on Periscope. All right. Now, if you want to stay connected to me beyond Periscope, Mia Redrick. The Mom Strategist on Facebook is my handle, or miaredrick.com on my on my website page is where you can go to sign up there, right? And that way we can always stay connected. Now, if you guys are ready for this scope today, I want you to do two things. One, I want you to share. All right. Are you guys able to share? I want you to share on Twitter, on Facebook, and on Periscope. All right. All right. And if you haven't done that, please do that now. All right. And the second thing I want you to write is, I'm ready, all right? So if you're ready to receive what I'm going to talk about today, just simply write, I'm ready, and then I'll get started. Now, I'm going to talk today, teach on very simply why we play small. And maybe this is one of those things that you're like, I don't know why I do what I do. I don't know why I'm working with the people I'm working with. I don't know why I'm charging what I'm charging. I don't know why I'm not living my dream. You know what I mean? I don't know why I'm hanging out with the people I'm hanging out with. Maybe you don't know why. All right. And my hope is today, after hearing this scope, that this will lend some clarity to why that is. All right. Okay. So if you're ready, I am ready also. All right. Number one. All right. Why do we play small? The first reason that we play small, number one, is that we don't know who we truly are and what's possible. Now, this is something that I know to be true. All right. The fact of the matter is, when we play small, it's because we don't really have an understanding of who we really are, what our capacity truly is, and what's possible when we show up with and in our full capacity and utilize it. I see this all the time. I work with people who have so many incredible skills that sometimes they just take for granted, that are just lying dormant inside of them, right? And or maybe, they couldn't figure out how they could use all the different skills and talents they have. And as a result of that, that's why they play small. They play small because they don't know who they truly are and what's possible. And the reason this is important is because if you don't really know what your capacity is, if you don't really know what you bring to the table, then it's difficult to leverage those skills, to use those skills, to own those skills, to celebrate those skills. You guys know I'm telling you the truth. And it's just flat true for so many people that they live with skills that are dormant inside of them, right? And and if I had an opportunity to work with every single person and do like a skills assessment inventory, and I was able to show you how freaking brilliant and talented you really are and all the amazing things that you could do just right now with what you already have, it would blow your mind. And it's something that happens every single day. It's so funny, Monday through Friday when I talk to prospective clients and I get on the phone with them, I've never talked to them before, and they tell me a little bit about themselves. And once they're done, then I tell them what I see for them. And it's always mind blowing for them because they always say to me, like, wow, like this has been 10 minutes. You haven't known me and you just told me all these things. And that's totally me. And I'm thinking, you just told me those things. And the only thing that happens is that we stop asking ourselves questions that allow us to get to know who we really are and what our talent and what our skills are. Thank you guys so much for the hearts. And I'm telling you the truth. And the fact of the matter is, when I have an opportunity to listen and ask a couple of questions about your skills, your background, the journey you've been on, the mistakes you've made, what you learned from them, the success you've created, I can very easily see for someone, the road, the road that they've been on, the road that they've traveled. So the reason people play small often is because we don't truly know who we are. All right. And we, as a result of that, we don't know what's possible because we haven't had that time to connect with who we are. And it's just really true. The second thing I want you to understand is that the second reason that I see that people play small is because of environmental factors. All right. And I'm going to go in on this a little bit. All right. That means that maybe you're one of those people, you don't want to offend other people, that that sometimes people want to minimize your success, right? And your abilities. And maybe you come from a place of you don't want to offend anyone. This is particularly for those of you who have always found that you've been like the head of the class, the smartest one in the room, right? And that you feel a certain kind of way about that, all right? And so the reason that so many people play small is because of environmental factors, because the environment that you're in has you here and you're afraid to rise above it, or the relationship you're in, there's no room for you to grow beyond that. And as a result of that, you don't want to offend anyone or feel like you're full of yourself, or you know what I mean, or move on and beyond the things that you can actually do. So you play smaller so you can be liked. All right. And I'm going to go a little bit deeper on that in a minute. And you guys know I'm telling you the truth. Environmental factors is a big thing. It happens a lot of times in girlfriend relationships. It happens sometimes in marriages. It happens a lot of times even in the professional environments, like you don't want to outshine your boss. You guys know what I'm talking about. There is just one color heart, but I'm breaking this all the way down anyway, because I want you to get this. I want you to understand that there are times when we intentionally play small so that we can fit in. And if this is you, I just want to make you aware that that is why you are doing what you are doing, right? That's exactly right, Colleen, right? If you guys haven't shared already on Twitter, on Facebook, on Periscope, please do. All right, because we know other people are, hey, darling, good to see you. And I'm breaking this down, Carlene. I am talking today about why we play small. And what I've covered already is number one is that the first reason is not knowing who we truly are and what's possible. So we have all these gifts and talents and skills, but we don't even know what we are bringing to the table, our fullest capacity. And as a result of that, it's impossible to use all your skills and talents because we don't even know what we're bringing to the table. The second reason is because of environmental factors, that sometimes you're in an environment that requires you to shrink your shine, all right? And you just don't want to offend anyone. And as a result of not wanting to offend anyone, you play smaller, you stay silent, you don't raise your hand, you don't show up. You've heard this before. And if this is you, I know I'm ringing your bell, all right? And that's the important thing. The third reason that we play small is to be liked and loved. I'm afraid so. Yeah, we play small sometimes to be liked and to be loved, right? And so, sometimes you're in a group, or it might be a club, it might be a peer circle, it could be a relationship, okay? Yeah, of course. And as a result, we play small so that we can fit in to the group, right? Because we want to be a part, we want to have affinity, you know what I mean? We want to have connection, and that sometimes this is particularly difficult for my thought leaders, for my go-getters, for my high achievers, that when you go into a place, sometimes when you're that person, that when you show up there, you add value, right? Like people see you wherever you are. The fact of the matter is you got to understand that at times you might find that you are playing small so that you can be liked, so you can be loved, right? I mean, you want to be able to associate with the group because you know that the moment that people start to give you most of the attention, it will, for you, it'll be uncomfortable, or other people might not want to have you around because of what you bring to the table. And I just want to break that down. This is why I've seen this all the time, where I've seen it with people who have great athletic prowess, like I've seen it with students, like this gymnast, right? She's got great, crazy talent. And so she decides to, not score 4.0, 4.0, and 4.0 because she's just wearing everybody out, right? I've seen this, all right, with so many people. You guys, you know what I'm talking about. In the classroom, being a young girl and in a classroom and being someone. I remember this myself, being in middle school. And they would put all the kids that had the top grades on the board. And I was like, oh my gosh, please not today. This is what I'm talking about. Because I didn't want to be the smartest person all the time. And at times, you know, that is just something that happens, right? Maybe this is you. All right. Number four, why we play small. Okay. It's because we are afraid to be alone. Okay. We're afraid to be alone. I mean, listen, it's a great groovy world. You want to have people to hang out with. And there's something about being a giant sometimes that the air up there, being a giant, can be a very lonely place. All right. And I will tell you, it's not lonely for long as you embrace the fact that you are a giant and you're open to meeting other giants. But I will tell you, initially, when you decide to step out and be a giant, you got to go find those other giants. And that might mean in pursuit to your dream that you've got to walk alone sometimes and be alone. And not everyone is comfortable with that. That's why I recommend self-care, being alone, me time, right? Making time for yourself, because this is so, so important. This is an important part of the process. And if you really struggle with that, you're going to struggle with playing small, because then you can hang around all the people in the world, but they might not be talking about what you want to talk about. They might not be doing what you want to be doing. They might not be about what you're about, but you are afraid of being by yourself. All right. And I see this all the time when people don't have accountability groups, or they don't have a strong peer circle of people doing what they're doing. And they're like, dang, I'll just hang out with these. I'll just network with this group, even though you know it's not a fit, because then at least you're not by yourself, right? But it's not doing anything for you. It doesn't serve you. It doesn't challenge you. It makes you play smaller than you are. And I want to call you out. And this might also be for those of you who need to bust out of a circle right now that you're in, that you're a part of, a networking group, a mastermind. And you know that you deserve more, you need more, all right, in order to up level in your life. But you're afraid because you don't want those people to feel like you don't care about them. But it's time to move on, all right? Okay? And I say this with the truest compassion. I'm going to tell you, I'm one of those people that I really don't do groups well. Okay, so what do I mean by that? I really don't. Okay, so I don't do like tour bus tour. I'm not like a person that gets on like tour buses, or I don't really like to do many group things because I'm like a lone ranger. I just, if I want to get off the bus, I want to get off the bus and see what I want to see. You know what I mean? I'm just not that person. I don't want to be in the helicopter looking at what somebody wants me to look at, because I might not want to see that in this moment. And I had to learn and be comfortable with that's how I am. Okay. And I had to learn also that I enjoy doing what I want to do when I want to do it. It was so funny. I was a part of a group personal training program at my gym, and it was great for a season. And every time I would go there, I was like, I don't want to talk about what other people want to talk about. Actually, I might not want to talk about those things. And maybe you can relate to this. You know what I'm saying? My workout time is my time to fuel my mind, my body, okay, my spirit. And I don't want to talk about stuff I don't want to talk about. And I had to learn for myself that that's who I am. That's what makes me me, and not be in judgment about it. And if you're one of those people and you're afraid to be by yourself at times, or to state what you need because you're afraid of offending people, because if you are that way, if you're like I am, then that means that times you're going to be like, I don't want to do this anymore. And people are going to cling to you and say, why not? Okay. And they're going to sometimes take it personally or feel like it's them when it has nothing to do with them. It's about you fueling your own needs and understanding. In order for you to play big, in my case, for me to work out like I want to, I need to be by myself, right? Right. Everything is not for you, right? Absolutely, right. Okay. Number five. Okay. Afraid of the unknown. And we have a story about it, okay? So sometimes why we play small is because we are afraid of the unknown. And, right, your bigness calls for big space. Oh, I like that, Colleen. That's a good one, right? Your bigness does call for big space. And I think that sometimes we forget about it when you are a thought leader, that you do have to have big space, and that you need to take that time and that room for yourself so that you can refuel yourself and give yourself what you need. I know that, like, for me, if I think about that working out situation, and I was in a group training situation, it was nice. The ladies were nice enough. But because I talk for a living, the fact of the matter is I don't want to talk when I work out. I actually like to just be quiet or work out with my trainer, and I can still be with me. Does that make sense? All right. So I think it's important that if you don't give yourself all of what you need, then at times, then you're playing small. And we do it sometimes so that we can appease other people, or we feel guilty, or people judge you when you say, hey, I do have these needs. It's like, oh, okay, you're selfish. Or as that person wrote here a minute ago, it's not all about you. No, it's not all about you, but it is about you. All right. So it's not all about you. Okay. But it is about you. Okay. And when you are able to articulate your needs, it doesn't mean that it's all about you. It means that in this moment, it is about me. And you have to be able to articulate that too, I believe, not to play small. And it's really important. Number 5. All right, I hope you guys are following along. If you haven't shared on Twitter, on Facebook, on Periscope, please do. All right, we already know other people will benefit from this scope tonight. Number 5 is a lot of people are afraid of the unknown, and we have a story about it. So the reason that we play small is because we're unclear about the thing that we see in our mind's eye that we really want. If we get it, right, we're afraid of it, right? We've got a story about it. Like maybe you have a story about certain kind of people at a certain level, you know what I mean? Like if I go over there, those people, they all seem this kind of way or that kind of way. And you haven't had a physical experience or a real experience. So everything that you're thinking of is illusion and likely based and steeped in fear. And I just want to challenge you that if that's you, if you're that person before you go play on those big stages, pick up the phone and call where you need to be, right? And you justify being in the exact same space because you talk about things that are, your next level or places you need to be going. And you talk about them like you already know what the outcome is, although you've never taken the steps to experience that. That is a sign that you are playing small. And people do it so that they can justify their current situation. There are no hearts. I'm telling you the truth, though. Maybe you fainted, right? Did you speak about this earlier? People, this, if it exists in their minds, it's real. Absolutely, right? But illusion is not reality. And that's the thing. It is not. And it's illusion. And yet we often respond to illusion and talk about it as if it is real, but it is not real, okay? And so a lot of times people are afraid of the unknown. I see this a lot because I coach a lot of people, and when I'm talking to them about like things that, have you ever tried this or have you ever done this, right? People aren't normally in touch with reality, absolutely. Have you tried this? Have you done this? They'll say, no, I was going to do this, but, people, and they have these generalities, these statements that they make about the thing that they haven't tried. And then I love to challenge that and say, well, tell me, when did that happen? And we often find it never happened. It only happened in their minds, okay? And as a result of it, it's kept them playing small, all right? And if this is you, I just want you to think about it, all right? Are you guys getting value? I hope you are getting value, all right? Number six, okay? Awesome, all right? We underestimate our gifts because it's all we know, okay? And so one of the reasons that we play small is because we underestimate our gifts because it's all we know. All you know, thank you so much, right? All you know is who you are and what you bring to the table. You've only been who you are all day and every day. And if you have not been able to fully value who you are, or maybe you haven't had other people in your world who've also valued who you are and what you bring to the table, then it's easy to underestimate your gifts because that's all you know. All right. And you're thinking that every single person you come in contact with, they can do, and they are just like you. Not that they have to be. All right. And I see this a lot with people who are like geniuses, right? Brilliant. And they think that everyone can do the things that they can do. And it's interesting, like I'll meet someone and maybe they're a writer and they're a speaker and they might sing opera and they just do all kinds of things. And when I'm talking with them, it's always really interesting to me because I have context around these things because I talk to lots of brilliant and amazing people who do a lot of different things. And being able to talk to them, brilliant people, about their skills, they often underestimate what they bring to the table. They think everyone else has and shows up just like them. And I will tell you that is for sure a way that you play small, because if you don't know what you are bringing to the table, you are not using it, all right, to its fullest capacity. And I mentioned that in number one, but it really is true. And so, or you undervalue it, meaning that if I wanted to buy that from you, you're likely going to give it to me for a low price, right? You likely don't see yourself as a premium being, all right, a premium service, premium knowledge, all right. And this is really important. That's why I tell my clients that, if their prices are low in their business, I know you've got a life problem, all right. And part of that is that you are underestimating your gifts because somewhere you've created it in your mind, or you've had experiences in your life, you've been undervalued. And that is the habit that you've built on. Hello, did you faint? Because I just wanted to break that all the way down. Underestimate and undervalued gifts, right? Hey, Latasha, good to see you, all right? Okay. Number 7, okay? Another reason that we play small is that no one else seeing us as we can be, all right? Yes, a premium being that's brilliant, right? Well said, right? Number 7, no one else can see us as we can be, right? So sometimes we play small because of who's in your world. And it's flat true. This is why I love investing in coaching, because I think a great coach will see you as you can be. They're not going to let you play small. They're going to see you as you can be. And they're going to require you to rise up, all right? And I think sometimes we can't even see ourselves that way. So if someone is looking at you and they can see you and they can see everything you come with, and as a result of that, they can challenge you to your light, your bigness, your greatness, your elevation. And to me, that's one of the greatest benefits of working with a coach. I'll never forget this, yeah, that's right, Colleen. I'll never forget this, that my coach told me, this is 13 years ago. She said, if I were you, I would shoot videos of myself with the kids, because you've got some unconventional ways that you parent and the way you communicate with your kids. And I was like, what? Why would I do that? Okay, this is what I'm talking about. See, what I'm saying to you, I know. I was playing small. I didn't even see it. What she saw, I had no idea. I wasn't thinking about TV at that time. I wasn't thinking about anything like that. I certainly wasn't thinking about video. And I'm so grateful for I coach, right? Yeah, absolutely. Number 7, right, is a wow, right? Is that someone else that can see you as you can be. And if you don't have that in your world, that's important to have in your world. I found for myself that was not just my spouse or my best friend. It was someone that had a vested interest in my growth, all right? That talked about, my next level. That was our relationship. The conditions of the relationship was based on my elevation, all right? And if you don't have someone that's in your world that their focus is specifically on your elevation, then that's something that's really important to create. Absolutely. Accountability around what that looks like. All right. I hope you guys are getting value from this today. And then number 8, the 8th reason, this is the last reason I wrote down why we play small, is that it's self-esteem, right? And I can tell if you have self-esteem issues by what you choose for yourself, or what you invest in yourself, or what you believe you deserve, or what you believe you don't deserve. All right? And it's just flat true. I meet people all the time, brilliant people, capable, doing amazing things. And whenever they choose for themselves, they never choose for themselves ever what they really want. It's like that person that only buys what's on sale, or what the coupon says they can have for 20 cents or for free, okay? And if this is you, I just want to say that that is another way that we play small. It means that you know you need this type of makeup, but you don't buy that. You buy this kind of makeup, right? Because, you know what I'm saying? Because of your own esteem, of not believing that you deserve to fully invest in things that will make you better. All right. And it's something I'm really unapologetic about. It's something I learned over the years was really important to me. And I've learned that I can't give anything to anyone else that I'm not giving to myself. That whatever I am doing to grow on, whatever I'm doing to grow my life is also what I'm able to do to share my life for and with other people. And I think that one of the most selfish things that we do as women is not give all of who we are to our children because we don't know ourselves. And self-esteem is a major factor in this. This is something I know a lot about. The basis for my business really came from the fact that my mom challenged me to date myself every single week because she was a mom, amazing mom, who gave everything to her kids and didn't do anything for herself, and struggled for many years with self-esteem issues and crashed and burned when we were 13, 14 years old, realizing, man, I gave everything to them and I no longer know what I like anymore, all right? I no longer know what is best for me anymore. And so whatever she would choose for herself would be discounted or last or on sale, never quite what she wanted. And when you make that a habit in your life and that becomes part of your lifestyle, over time, you become unclear about who you really are. All right. And that is why so many women end up playing small in that way. We're really good at this as women because we put everyone first. All of our relationships go first. You know what I'm saying? All of them. And often we are at the end. But I want to challenge you here and say, what if you understood that by simply pouring into yourself, you would have more to pour into someone else. I think about it all the time. I think as a result of building my business, now I have an opportunity to teach my kids how to grow a great and amazing business. What if I said, oh, when they turn 18 or 19 or when they when they graduate from college or all of those things, I would not be able to teach them what I know how to do. And because I've poured into my world in this way, I'm able to give them perspective about many things that I've been able to do as I've grown my own life. What about you? All right. This is one of the ways that so many women play small. You guys know I'm telling the truth. Now, today, what I'm teaching on is very simply, why we play small. Okay. Why we play small. And I covered 8 simple things. Did you guys get value? Did you get value from this? All right. And number 1 is not knowing who we truly are and what's possible. All right. And so many of us play small because we don't know who we are and what's possible. Number 2, environmental factors. Thank you so much. Right. Not offending other people. Right. Getting upset that, you know what I'm saying? If we play bigger, we don't want other people to feel like we're trying to take all the sunlight. So we just shrink and put up our umbrella. You know what I'm talking about. All right. Number 3. All right. To be liked and loved. So we want to be in association with a group, but it's not your ambition level and above. Right. And we play small sometimes so we can fit in, right, into certain pockets that you don't belong anywhere. Number 4, we're afraid of being alone. And I will tell you that sometimes as a giants have to walk alone. It's just part of what is the path, the natural path for people who do amazing things. And eventually you will meet other giants. It's true. All right. But you got to be looking for them. But you will never meet the giants, the people you're meant to work with, if in fact you're only playing, you know what I mean, small, right, to be liked or to be loved, or you're always considering those environmental factors. You don't want to offend others. You can't really be who you are. You're not going to meet the people you're meant to hang out with. Number 5. If you are afraid of the unknown, we all have a story about it. And a lot of times we play small because you're like, if you get that thing you think, you're scared of it. And, so as a result of it, you play a little bit smaller, you got an excuse about it. You got a reason why you didn't do whatever it is that you need to do. And so if this is you, I want you to get clear that you're playing small, right? A lot of people do it. Number 6, we underestimate our gifts because it's all we know. All right. And it's just the fact of the matter. Like, you're gifted and you're talented. You're born with it all your life. You've been able to do all these great things. It's all you know. And you think everybody else has a superpower just like you. And they don't. Okay? They don't. All right. And so as a result of that, it's easy to play small because you don't have context what you're bringing to the table. And I want to call you out if this is you. Number 7. All right. No one else seeing you as you can be. If you're not working with a coach, a mentor, a teacher, trainer, somebody like that that can see you, that they're invested in your elevation. All right. And that's what their relationship with you is. It's all about you elevating. All right. I will tell you that likely you're playing smaller than you could be. And I found that for myself. Any coach, every coach I've ever worked with, they've all given me insight on things that I just can't see. That, and I like to think I'm smart, but they see things that I can do that I didn't even know I could do. And that's the benefit to me. And number 8 is self-esteem, and I believe that if you look at how you invest and who you invest with and in and how you invest in yourself, that tells me everything I need to know about your self-esteem, your time, your money, your energy. All right. If you only knew how valuable you really were, your investments will reflect that. And then so many of us, there are no hearts, I'm just breaking it down, really do struggle in that area because we are playing small. And so everything we buy is just like looking for that coupon in the paper, the newspaper on Sundays, so you can get, your soap for 50 cents. You know what I'm talking about? You don't even like the brand, but you just chose that because it was 50 cents. All right? And I will tell you, if that's you as it relates to your personal elevation, likely you got some esteem issues. Because when people feel really amazing about themselves, when, you know what I'm saying, when they feel amazing about themselves, they are willing to make investments that fully reflect that. All right? And if that's not you, then I just want to challenge you in that way. All right. So I want to open the floor and see if you have any questions for me. I want you guys to know you may have 20 minutes if a lot of you guys signed up for the product formula, bit.ly/product formula, which the offer expires at midnight tonight, where you can save $500 off of that course. I explained it earlier in a previous scope. It is a product that I created. It starts the week of August 28th. I'm going to teach for 4 weeks how to create product, the methods to create product, how to package your product, and also how to find your customers. So if you've been struggling in that way and you need some coaching around that, you can have that course for $500 off until midnight tonight, and it's for $999, or you can do the payment plan, $333 a week. For the next 3 weeks, all right? So it does end at midnight, and then you can sign up for the course. The price is $14.97, all right? So, but a lot of you guys jumped on it, so that was really cool. Are there any questions for me? Any questions for me? If it's regarding product formula, that's bit.ly/product formula. You can go there and sign up right there, all right? Bit.ly. /product formula. It's pretty simple. Are there any questions about the scope, or if somebody want to share how you got value today? Did you get value? And I know a lot of you guys said you did. So what was your aha? What was one thing that you got? Hey, Eugene. What was one thing that you got as a result of hearing this today? One thing that you got. One thing that you learned. Okay, one aha that you learned as a result of being here today. Now, do me a favor, if you haven't shared yet on Twitter, on Facebook, and on Periscope, please do. If you haven't shared on Twitter, on Facebook, and on Periscope, please do, all right? And we know that this will support other people who are playing small. Any ahas, anyone want to share? Anything, any questions for me? Happy to answer those over the next couple of minutes. This was a pretty short scope. So, and if you are just watching me, you can watch the replay. It'll be up for 24 hours. And also, if you're watching the replay, you can still heart it up, okay? You can still heart it up, all right? Are there any questions for me? Any questions? Any comments going once? All right? Any questions or any comments? Okay? Okay. I used to work hard to decrease myself so that others would be more comfortable. Absolutely. A lot of us do, right? just popped on the statement about buying because it was on sale. We often do that with our lives, right? Yeah, we do. A lot of us do. We buy, we buy things just because they're on sale, and it's not even for you. You don't even like that brand. And I just want to say that, like, it's true. Most of the time when I'm investing in myself, I don't even know if something's on sale or not. I mean, if I catch it, it's on sale, it's great. I just choose powerfully what I want. And that to me is how to show up like a giant. That's what giants do. They think about where I want to get to, right? And as a result of that, I make investments and decisions based on that. Another person said, underestimating my gifts because that's all I know. A lot of people, we do this, right? We don't even know what we're bringing to the table. We underestimate our gifts. This is so interesting. Sometimes I talk to people and they'll tell me like, I got 2 PhDs and I've done all of these things. And I'll say, well, what do you charge for your business? And they'll say something like, $50 an hour. I'm like, what? Okay. Not because it has no value, but because it's cheap, right? Absolutely, right? That's right. So a lot of us, we just don't even know how to choose powerfully for ourselves. We buy things just because they're on sale, not because we need them. You know what I'm saying? We feel like we're doing something great for ourselves, but in the truest sense, we're not. It's just, you know what? It's just really a manifestation of undervaluing ourselves with a habit. The reality that sometimes giants have to walk alone doesn't make you wrong or odd. If you are a giant, at some point you've got to walk alone. And that's the reality of what it looks like. And I think that it doesn't mean that you are going to be alone. It just means that sometimes giants have to walk alone. And you got to get comfortable with that. All right. And I told you guys, giants take up room, they make noise, and sometimes giants have to walk alone because of things that you can see. It's nobody else that can see what you can see sometimes. It's you're finding other people, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to just step out. And you got to understand, they got to be comfortable with that. And this is the thing that so many of us are conflicted about that, right? We are so conflicted about walking alone because, we're used to being liked. I learned a long time ago, observe the masses and do the opposite. And learning to get comfortable with the uncomfortable is one of those things. And that most people are used to sort of that herd mentality. Like, that's what everybody's doing. That's what I should do. You know what I mean? That's what everybody likes. That's what I should do. And my question is, why? All right? What makes you scarce is what makes you valuable. Never forget that. What makes you scarce is what makes you valuable. And that's not being in a herd. That's not like being like everyone else. Your thoughts, right, are scarce. They're valuable. And you got to treasure that. And if you don't understand that, it's easy to undervalue what you're bringing to the table, trying to show up, be like everybody else. That's why I always tell you guys that, when people copy what other people do, it's nothing great about that. I mean, creative duplicators, they've got their own burden, and they've underestimated themselves in the truest sense. I mean, this idea of studying what somebody else is doing to believe that it's a higher thing than what you can do yourself is the crux of what I'm talking about. It's playing small. When you do things that are small actions, eventually you have small feelings around that, right? So the fact of the matter is, you could copy what somebody else does and create success. But what you got to understand is, in doing that, right? You know what I'm saying? You're downplaying what God has already placed inside of you. Absolutely. You are also, your actions, right? Your actions are also showing what your belief is in yourself. And that is the problem. That's the thing that makes you conflicted about your success, right? It's not about anybody else. The actions we take say everything about how we really and truly feel about ourselves. And that is what I think is so important. That's why you don't need a Google search to figure out what you're supposed to do. A lot of times people will do that because maybe you had family members that told you weren't valuable, you weren't amazing, you know what I'm saying? So you struggle to trust your own ideas. But I want you to know you're brilliant, you're incredible, you're amazing, you can do this, okay? All right. Are there any other questions or comments? You guys had some great comments today. I hope you got great value today on the scope. And I hope to see you guys inside of the product formula. And make sure you visit there and you don't miss out. I think it ends at 12 midnight tonight. So at 12:01 the price goes up. It's $500 more. I have to listen to the replay. Yeah, it was a good replay, or Jane. And I'm glad you guys got great value. So I want to thank you for your time. If there are any final questions going twice, I'm happy to answer any of those. Any final questions before I sign off tonight, or comments, right? But I'm sure you are amazing as always. Takes an amazing person to call another person amazing. And that's the reality, all right? Thank you so much, all right? All right. Any other questions or comments going the third time and the final time? I'm Mia Redrick. I'm the mom strategist. I support clients with both life and business success. You can always check me out at miaredrick.com or on Facebook, Mia Redrick, the mom strategist. Or if you're interested in the product formula course, which starts the week of August 28th. It's going to be Thursday nights, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm going to be teaching over the course of 4 weeks, one, how to create your products, any kind of product you want to create, anything from your coaching program to your e-courses, your ebooks, etc., the method to get that done. But I'm also going to break down for you how to package properly, and then also how to find your customers. So I'm really excited about it. It's $9.99, I think it is, or $9.97 tonight. And then at midnight it goes up to $14.97, which is still crazy low. So I'm excited. I hope to see you guys on the inside. Bye, Carlene. And I've been seeing your comments, so hopefully you've been seeing my responses to you. I love you guys. Have a great and amazing night. Bye.